Most people use an air fryer for fries and frozen food, but my grandmother once looked at mine and said, "You're only using half of what that thing can do." Over the years, I've learned a few simple tricks from her that save time, reduce waste, and make everyday cooking a little easier. Let's start with a tip that has saved me from throwing away food more times than I can count. Have you ever opened your refrigerator and found a bunch of leeks or green onions that had already started to wilt? Most people assume they're no longer worth keeping and toss them in the trash. Don't do that. I'll show you how to turn leafy greens that are about to wilt into a seasoning you can use for weeks. And I'll also share a super quick way to reheat refrigerated steamed buns without using a traditional steamer. First, pick through the leeks and remove any yellow or spoiled leaves. Keep only the fresh green parts that are still in good condition. Rinse them well under running water to remove any dirt, then let the excess water drain away. Slice the leeks into small, even pieces so they'll dry evenly. Now comes the secret to making them last much longer, drying them completely. Spread all the chopped leeks into your air fryer basket. Because they're so light, the hot air can easily blow them upward, causing them to touch the heating element and burn. Here's the trick. Lift out the air fryer rack and place it gently on top of the chopped leeks. The rack holds everything in place while still allowing hot air to circulate so the pieces dry evenly without flying around inside the basket. Set the air fryer to about 210 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius, and let them dry for about 1 hour. When they're finished, the leeks will be light dry and wonderfully aromatic. Sprinkle them over instant noodles, fried rice soups, baked potatoes, or almost any savory dish for an extra burst of flavor. Store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place and they'll be ready whenever you need them. Now, let's get back to the steamed bun. After a day or two, the surface usually becomes dry, the wrapper turns firm, and the bun just doesn't taste as soft as it did when it was fresh. But with an air fryer, you don't need a steamer at all. Simply place the refrigerated buns into the air fryer basket. Here's the secret. Pour just a little water into the bottom of the basket, making sure it doesn't touch the buns. Close the basket and let them steam for about 5 minutes. When the timer goes off, carefully remove the buns and place them on a plate. Now take a look at the result. The buns are soft, warm, and wonderfully moist. The filling is piping hot, and the wrapper has regained its fluffy texture instead of feeling tough or chewy. I couldn't wait. I took a bite right away. They tasted almost exactly like they had just come out of a traditional steamer, but with far less effort and almost no cleanup. Have you ever tried steaming buns in an air fryer? Let me know in the comments. If you've ever cooked eggs in an air fryer, you've probably had at least one crack or even burst during cooking. Try this method instead. Place your eggs in the air fryer basket and cook them at 320 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, you're free to do something else. I usually take those few minutes to wipe down the kitchen or wash a few dishes. About 5 minutes into the cooking time, open the air fryer. Here's the little trick. Use a spray bottle to lightly mist the eggs with a little water. The fine mist helps cool the shells, slightly reducing the temperature difference as they continue cooking, which may help lower the chance of the shells cracking. Close the basket and let the eggs finish cooking. When the timer goes off, open the air fryer and take a look. No cracked shells, no messy cleanup. Once they've cooled enough to handle, peel one open. The white is tender, the yolk is perfectly cooked, and the texture is almost identical to a traditionally boiled egg. No pot of water, no waiting for water to boil, no extra dishes to wash. Once you try this method, you may find yourself reaching for the air fryer instead of a saucepan every time. If you're tired of standing over the stove stirring peanuts again and again just to keep them from burning, this tip is for you. No more batches with some peanuts burnt while others are still undercooked, and no more standing over the pan the whole time while they roast. Instead, let the air fryer do the work for you. Simply pour the raw peanuts into the air fryer basket and spread them into an even layer. This helps the hot air circulate every peanut so they roast more evenly. Set the air fryer to 320 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius, and cook them for about 25 minutes. When the timer goes off, open the basket and take a look. The peanuts are beautifully roasted with an even golden color. The shells have become dry and crisp, making them much easier to crack open by hand. Pour them onto a plate and let them cool for a few minutes before enjoying. The aroma is rich, the peanuts are crunchy, and every bite tastes freshly roasted without the hassle of standing at the stove the whole time. It's one of the easiest ways to prepare a homemade snack with almost no effort. Do you prefer your peanuts roasted in the shell or already shelled? Let me know in the comments. For the last tip, here's one that many people have never thought about. After washing glass jars, most of us simply place them on a rack and let them air dry. But if you're planning to use those jars for homemade jam-dried herbs, spices, or other foods, there's one extra step that's worth taking. Instead of leaving them to dry, naturally sanitize them in your air fryer. Place the clean, completely dry glass jars into the air fryer basket, making sure they aren't touching each other. Set the temperature to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees Celsius, and heat them for about 10 minutes. The dry heat helps sanitize the jars, making them ready for storing food. Just be sure the jars are made of heat-resistant glass and never place plastic lids or rubber seals in the air fryer. Once they're cool, they're ready to fill with your favorite homemade foods. Whether you're storing coffee spices, nuts, dried fruit, or homemade preserves, you'll have clean, dry jars ready to use with confidence. It's a simple step that gives you extra peace of mind, especially if you prepare and store food for your family regularly. I hope these 5 air fryer tips make cooking and everyday kitchen tasks a little easier. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves clever kitchen hacks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.